Hey guys, welcome to the next video on OpenCV tutorial for beginners using Python. In the last video, we have learned how to use mean shift algorithm to find and track objects in the video. In this video, we are going to learn Camshift algorithm to track the object in the video. So if you have seen the last video, we have written this code. So we are going to use all this code which we have written in the mean shift video tutorial. And first of all, let me just run this mean shift code which we have written in the last video. And we have discussed about this problem of this rectangle which always remains the same even if the object is coming closer to the camera. So we need to adopt the window size with the size and rotation of the target. So once again, the solution came from OpenCV Labs, and this time they introduced an algorithm which is called Camshift, which stands for continuously adaptive mean shift. So this Camshift algorithm applies mean shift first, and then once the mean shift converges, it updates the size of the window. In addition, it also calculates the orientation of the best fitting ellipse to it. Now let's talk about the implementation part of the Camshift. So as I said, all the code which we have written in the last video will remain the same except one thing, which is we have used this mean shift algorithm in the last video, and in this video we are going to use the Camshift. So just write cv.camshift, and all the parameters also will remain the same, which is destination, track window, and the termination criteria. So let's run this code once again and let's see what result came out of this algorithm. So you can see this rectangle is changing its size according to the target. Now this result which we have seen can be better because the Camshift function returns a rotated rectangle, that is our result, and also the box parameters which are used to be passed as the search window in the next iteration. So here when we see the result inside the RET variable, so let's print the result inside the RET variable. I'm going to just print it using the print function. Now let's run this code and let's see what this RET variable prints on the terminal. So let me just press escape. So what is this result? So here you will see the value of x and y, and also you will see these three values which are your width, height, and the value of rotation. So in Camshift you can also rotate your rectangle according to your object size. So now we are going to use all these parameters which are there inside this RET variable, and we are going to try to draw the rectangle which might be rotating. So there will be a different approach other than this rectangle. We are going to use that approach to print those points which we got using the RET variable. So let's draw that rectangle. So here we are going to define a variable called PTS, and there is a function called cv.boxPoints. So we are going to use that function here, which is box points, and it takes a few arguments. We just need to pass our RET variable here. So we are going to just pass our RET. So let's see what values this is going to give us. So I'm going to just print this PTS value. So I'm going to just print the value of PTS now. Let's run this code once again. You won't see anything, and you will see these values, right? So it's going to give these floating point values which we need to convert it into the integers, and the error was due to this because this is no longer defined, right? So for that we are going to just convert these points PTS into the integer values. So I'm going to override this variable PTS, and then there is a function in NumPy which is called int 0, and here when you pass this PTS variable, it's going to convert those points into the integers. And now we can just draw our rectangle. But remember, this is a rotating rectangle, so we cannot use this normal rectangle function. So we need to use the other function for drawing those points. So I'm going to define this final image variable once again, and then I'm going to use cv.polylines. So there is this function called polylines, which you can use to draw those lines which you get using this points variable. So we are going to just pass the frame first of all. So we need to pass the frame as a first parameter. The second parameter will be our PTS value, and then the third parameter will be the closed or not closed. So when we pass true here, then this rectangle will be closed, right? Then we need to pass the color. So you can pass any color here, let's say 0, 255, 0, and then you can also pass the thickness. So let's say we just need to give the thickness of 2 here. Okay, so this is our final image, and now we are going to run this example once again, and let's see what happens. So you can see this rectangle is drawn, and it can rotate also with the object. So this is how Camshift algorithm works with OpenCV. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.